the top 5 gifts for the tech mom,
Ooh,
right? These
yeah.
are for those moms that just love technology too. So, um, what do you have for number 1 for mom, Greg?
All right, number one, if she has an Apple Watch, I don't know if you can do it for the Ultra, but for all of the others, you can buy like a set of 5 cases that just snap on, and they're all different colors,
Right.
right? And so if you've got that, like my wife works at the school, I thought it'd be really cool if she wanted to match her band and her case on just the boring black watch
Mhm.
to her outfit or something like that. So those are super cheap. You can get like a pack of 4 for like 10 or 15 bucks or something like that on Amazon. It really doesn't matter what the quality is on those unless they break the first time you snap them on and off. You're just
Mhm.
putting them on for fashion or maybe a little bit of extra protection there. So Apple Watch color cases for the mom that wants to be able to match the band or the case of the watch to the
Right.
outfit.
Right, right. So I hadn't seen many for the Ultra, just your silver, gold, and black, but I have seen for the other models, the other series, more colorful cases and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I have for number 2 subscriptions, right? And what I mean is not just subscriptions, monthly subscriptions, also purchasing those apps, right? Greg mentioned, somebody gave him a $10, $15 gift card. He would buy that app he wants. So I noticed with my wife, other family members, everyone's just so used to just using a free version of apps, right? And I don't know if it's just me and you, Greg. We know, since we're techies, we know that the effort and the amount of time that these guys put into developing these apps. And at the end of the day, when we think about how much they dedicate their time and their lives to these apps, we say, hey, $10 is not a big deal to give these guys for this app. So we just have a different mindset. But I know a lot of people are just so used to saying, I'll just use the free version and deal with the ads or deal with the whatever it is that
Yeah.
the limitations that the free version has. So, and again, I always use my wife as an example. I do those gift cards so she can get the subscription for the app. She can get the full version of that app for, several months or something like that. I think that's a really good gift to get mom off of those free versions of those apps. So even if you don't do a gift card, then just get the subscription for her. Pay for the year or pay for the 9 months or 6 months or however their subscriptions run, and get her off of those free versions of those apps. I think that's a really good gift too.
Yeah, I just got thinking I may have to do that for someone in my life that has a couple of like games and stuff they play that they just play them
Right.
religiously, and then I always see them sitting there just waiting for the ad to go away.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, people just don't. That's another mindset too that I want to fight. Like, and the games are different, right? Because some of these games, I told you, they're created just to feed you ads.
Yeah.
That's what the developer wants is their
Yep.
ad revenue because that's how they're making their money. But if they're using a calendar or organizer or something like that, and the developer wants you to purchase that full version. They don't want you to use the free one. So
Yep.
do that for the developers. These guys put a lot of work into those apps. So get mom off of those free apps. That's number 2.
All right, number 3 is not a techie one, although there's a lot of tech behind it. So use a
Hmm.
service to print, yes, I know print, a calendar, a photo album, something, right? A key
Right.
picture, whatever the case may be. I know my wife has said while we're all together over the holidays, she wants some pictures and we're going to do some pictures and stuff like that. But use a service. So I have used Shutterfly.
Hmm.
I've used a service called Easy Canvas to do canvas prints, and another one called Canvas People to do canvas prints. Um,
Okay.
and then there's a service called Fracture that'll actually print on glass. And I went through this printing on glass phase. They're really cool. They're super duper thin. They turn out really, really well. You want to,
Okay.
if you did like a really light colored photo, it might not turn out great on glass. But anyway, you can kind of see that. So something similar like that. And in my experience, you sign up for their newsletters and the deals they send are really, they're not exactly what they say they are, but they are still really good. So like for example, if you get a thing that says, hey, get a free 11 by 16 canvas, just pay
Hmm.
shipping, right? And then you go in and of course then they want you to make it deeper or change the border or whatever the case may be. And there's all these add-ons that you can do. And then you get to the shipping and instead of $5 in shipping, it's like 20 bucks. right?
Right.
But
Right.
still, you're getting an 11 by 16 canvas print of a photo that's important to you that you can hang on the wall. So even if
Yeah.
you ended up spending 30 bucks or something like that, it's really good. So I have done this a whole bunch. Photo albums, calendars, actual prints and stuff like that too. You saw one of the canvas ones this year that I had
Right.
done, and they turn out really, really well. The other thing here is they will give you a deadline and they will tell you if you want it by Christmas, and it's not going to be 2 or 3 days because
Yeah.
they
Two
have
or
this
three
whole,
days before.
no,
Right.
it's going to be, they're going to tell you it's, you need to give them, it's going to get busy and they're going to need like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
right, to get you into the queue to get it printed up and shipped out to you if you want it before Christmas. But I love those. Again, Shutterfly, Easy Canvas, Canvas People, Fracture, those are all ones that I have actually used, and I've not had a bad experience with any of them.
Right. Right. Good. Then, if anything, moms love pictures of their kids. So I don't know why, but they do.
Yeah.
So they love looking at their children. So number four, I have, if your mom is one of the creative types. I think this is a really good idea, and that's these vinyl cutters, and some of them cut like cardboard and stuff, like Silhouette or Cricut, and or Glowforge. Right? These they cut and they etch on wood and things like that. So all of these creative machines, right? And these are home models. They have more pro and advanced models or whatever, but these are made for using in the home. If she's a scrapbooker, or if you know teachers, right, they're always making stuff for their classroom decorations and things like that for holidays and different seasons of the year. So if she's a creative type, think about getting one of these vinyl cutters, Silhouette, Cricut, Glowforge, 3D printer, things like that. So these gifts are a little bit more expensive. Some of them are a little more complicated, but um, you'll be surprised what mom can figure out when she's into something,
Yep.
right? Even if it's techie. She's not the tech type. She's not the type to really get into to all of these geeky things. If she's into it, she's going to learn all of the outs and ins to it, and she'll figure it out. So,
Yep.
look into one of those. That's a really good gift.
Yep. I bought my wife a Cricut one year as a surprise. I was actually
Hmm.
flying back from Salt Lake into Houston and realized I hadn't bought her a gift yet. And I asked some folks on my team what were some good ideas, trying to think of something, be thoughtful. And they
Right.
said, why don't you get this? And so I walked in, or I drove into a Hobby Lobby on my way home from the airport and
Hmm.
walked out spending a lot more money than
Right.
I
Right.
anticipated. But boy, was it a hit. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Those things. I love those things. And actually, my shirt that I have here, that'll give you an idea. This was made on a Silhouette and pressed onto a shirt. And again, Fallout is my favorite game series. And this was made by my wife. So it wasn't one that we purchased from the company. So, to give you an idea of that level of creativity. So if she's the creative type, that is a good gift. So the last one I have, Greg, I've been seeing this more and more. I just hadn't bought one for myself. My wife truck, her truck, of course, has it all built in. But if she has an older vehicle like me with an older radio system, mine still has a CD player in it. I know some people don't even know what that is, but a CD player in it. That's these external CarPlay devices. So CarPlay is, of course, Apple's, in-car software that you can use to manage your device. Right? You can take your phone, set it down on the stand, or put it in your cup holder, and you control everything from the map to the music to your calls from the screen on the dashboard, right, on the radio. So now they have these external ones, right? You buy it and you mount it up on the dash or on your mirror or wherever you want in the car, and it gives you that same functionality as a built-in CarPlay device. um, I really want to play around with one of these, and I'm looking forward to some of these Black Friday sales because I know they're going to drop down within my price range, within my playing around with
right.
money. If it drops down low enough, and I say, hey, I could just buy one of those, and if I don't like it, I'll give it to someone else, or if I like it, I can keep it and use it. So external CarPlay devices, they've been picking up a lot of steam, or maybe just because I'm looking into them more. They're putting them on motorcycles now. So yeah, look into one of those. I think that'll be a good gift for anyone who has an older model, a radio system,
Yeah. And
stereo system.
if they're spending a lot of time in the car shuttling kids back and forth and doing the
Yes.
errands and stuff like that, or sitting at soccer practice while it's pouring rain in Houston because they don't cancel practice for anything, right? That'd be
Yeah,
a great thing.
yep. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a that's a good idea for anyone that spends a lot of time in the car. So